Suit maker Indochino is launching its expansion into women's clothing as more people return back to offices. The new offerings will now have a women's base pattern aimed to further personalize the measurement and fitting process. Joining us now to discuss, we've got Indochino President and CEO Drew Green. Drew, thanks so much for joining us. First and foremost, talk about the launch for us, what really prompted this, and what is demand looking like even at launch?
Yeah, so thanks for having me. I mean, we launched really quietly last week. We really decided to, even though the demand and the request to have women's made to measure in store has been so high, really want to make sure we get it right. And so, last week we launched in Toronto, New York, Seattle, and Vancouver. And we're gonna learn a lot here in the coming weeks, in the coming months, and that really was the goal, is to learn as much as possible.
Drew, with everybody going back to the office, what has your business been doing? What's the size of the business here?
Yeah, I mean, it's been an incredible couple years for us as people have returned to work, returned to going out on dates and different events like graduation and wedding. We're a very big business. We've been a 9-figure revenue company now since 2019. Growth this year has been robust. We've grown the overall business 85% year over year. Retail is up 87%, and so I think that is sort of attributed to what's going on as the pandemic comes to an end. But also, we were very aggressive in the early days of the pandemic to ensure we expanded and captured market leadership. And so we've gone from 52 showrooms to, now 87, soon to be 93. We're launching 6 in September. And so we've continued to expand.
Drew, it's Julie here. So when you compare your same store sales to where they were pre-pandemic at those locations that have been open the whole time, are you back to where you were at that time?
We're back and quite a bit ahead. What's really surprising to me, though, Julie, is, the markets that sort of came back quicker. New York and Toronto were two of our biggest markets, and they took their time to come back. But some of the smaller, from a population standpoint, some of the smaller markets that we're in, kind of roared back, and that was quite surprising.
Drew, I recently went to Roosevelt Field Mall by me, and I see that you have a shop inside Nordstrom. So I took that in mind. I left that picture and I went over to Macy's, and the vibe there is very different. Just suits thrown on the rack, nobody there to help you. I mean, do you have any other partnerships like what you're doing at Nordstrom in the works?
We do. And first and foremost, we're really fortunate to be partnered with Nordstrom. They're just a great retailer, and it's something we've been working on for many years and has gone really well since we launched. And so with that success with Nordstrom, we're having some other discussions in terms of how we might expand both in North America and internationally. And, we see partnerships as a really big part of our growth plan and has been these last 6-7 years.
Even as we think about the year-over-year comps here, and particularly, I've went into a few of your stores at this point, one notably in Georgetown, right in Washington, D.C., yeah, and noticed a ton of people that were stacking up for weddings. We know that 2021, 2022 especially, was the year of the wedding delay that eventually happened finally. And so if you kind of back out the number of weddings and the purchases that have happened then, what do those comps start to look like to really give you a true sense of where the business may continue to grow, considering the changing kind of office landscape and what the attire is that's acceptable? Because, I mean, let's acknowledge, I don't see you wearing a suit right now.
Yeah, it's pretty early here in Vancouver, but, wedding has always been a large part of our business. And, really the only year we haven't experienced growth year over year is in 2020 when, everything was shut down. And so, in 2021, actually, there was quite a bit of weddings. 22, as you stated, came back, significantly. And I think, in the years to come, 23, 24, there's going to be a lot of weddings. And so we haven't done the exercise to back out weddings from our business because it's part of who we are. our showrooms, I don't believe the one in Georgetown, but a lot of our showrooms, have areas within them that, have become grooms lounges and really is tailored to have grooms come in and spend hours with our style guides to create their one-of-a-kind garments. And so, wedding is just the wedding customer is just part of the fabric of who we are. And we don't really back things out like that. I would say that, wedding in 2022 is right around 30 to 35% of our business. So not overweighted, not the majority of our business as we continue to expand.
All right. Thank you so much, Drew Green, Indochino CEO and President. Appreciate you getting up early for us as well, Drew, there in Vancouver.